Name is Jody Rainey. He's the principal of the Homer Center High School. He also is the president of the Heritage Conference, and I want to talk to him about both of those topics this morning. Conversation brought to you by Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Not exactly kicking back and relaxing here this summer, huh, Jody?
It's starting to ramp up pretty quick, Todd. So
all right,
we're managing.
Let's start in the principal's office here this morning. I never wanted to get called into the principal's office when I was in school, but I want to go there now as Homer Center, along with every other school district, getting ready for the start of another school year in just a few weeks. I know that came really quickly. And there's uncertainty in a lot of school districts right now, Jody, about mask mandates and school policy regarding masking. How does it look at Homer Center right now?
As we said today, it would be that we're strongly, basically it's a recommendation that people who are not vaccinated wear their mask. However, it's going to be the individual student and parent choice. So mask will not be required for us to start Homer Center, other than on transportation on our school buses, because that is federal law right now that they have to. So basically in the building, it's choice. Outside the building and on the bus will be that they have to wear them on the bus to and from school.
I think the operative phrase there, though, that you used was, as we sit right now. Those things can change really quickly, can't they?
Well, I think if we didn't learn anything else from last year, Todd, we know things can change on a dime in a minute. And so, like I said, we're tracking that. We'll continue to give our school board and, our central office administration, everything that we have, the best, or if something changes from recommendation to requirement, then we certainly will share that with the board. And, so it's something that's constantly, it's the flow. It happens all the time. And so, right now we're focused on getting ready for school. And as we set right now, masks would not be required.
As we generally get back to thinking about school starting up in the fall, it's because we know that it's going to smell different. We're going to walk in, we're going to smell new paint, and everything's going to be nice and clean and shiny for us for the first time. I'm assuming those things are getting done at Homer Center as well. Things looking pretty good, shipshape?
Yeah, we're pretty good. I think that, my concern always is, and especially now coming, one thing I learned last year was, production of some of the equipment that you traditionally order sometimes gets back ordered. We're trying to track that every day and be prepared. I think the things that we need that are critical to academics and the operations of our school, we'll be able to secure, and we'll be ready. And, Mr. Sutter and his crew is doing a fantastic job. I know when I went into the LGI today to set up for a training we're doing later, I made the comment, it smells like a new school year. The school has such all the disinfectants and cleaners. It just has that, clean smell. So it was smelling good in our LGI anyway.
There you go. And yeah, that's one of the smells that you always look forward to, is that it used to be ammonia. Now they mask it up pretty well, but it's terrific to know that they're getting everything in shape. And it's not just the inside of the building either, the floors and the walls and the windows and everything like that. You're getting the grounds in shape as well, aren't you?
Yeah, and I think that's difficult a lot of times to keep up with everything. It's all I compare it, Todd, to like if you ever had new construction, built a home or added an addition or a garage onto your property. It always looks worse before it looks better. And so, sometimes people kind of see us in the summer like, and they can take a step back like, we thought it would be, but that's what it is. We strip everything out, put it in the hallways, out in the yard. We have to fight the rain, the manpower, and making sure that all the things that need to get done so we're ready to go are ready to go. Our gym was closed down for 2 weeks because they just redid it. And cleaned it up and stuff, and it definitely, it looks good right now. And so, things look worse before they look better, but we'll be ready by the time our teachers and our kids come back.
There you go. There you go. Let's put on the other HC hat, the one that says Heritage Conference rather than Homer Center now, and talk about the preparations for the fall there. There are a lot of new athletic directors, new leadership in some of these school districts, and getting them into the mix and the flow of how the Heritage Conference operates. It's not a given that it's going to be smooth right from the start, so that's why you have events such as you have a training you mentioned coming up today.
Yeah, we do. Like we use a system called Schedule Star to do all of our conference scheduling, and that's where we track physical forms of students, eligibility, basically everything and anything athletics. So we have the ADs in today, and with some athletic secretaries from the different districts, and they're here and available. One second, come on in. And so we have that situation today. They're training on how to operate the Schedule Star. And then we have a meeting coming up here the same day as Media Day for the conference, and just to kind of acclimate the new people.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's absolutely necessary for folks to understand exactly how things operate, because once the season starts, it's good to be able to adapt, but it's really good to have planned it ahead of time.
Oh, absolutely, and we got like I said, with the addition of Portage. We got two people there with Ralph Cesari and Jeremy Burkett that have a wealth of experience, in athletics, academics. Cambria Heights, they had a turnover. Their principal became their superintendent, but they hired Northern Cambria's principal. So, like Alan would be the Brick, who's the principal out at Central or Cambria Heights now, is absolutely familiar with the conference and how we run. So it's just acclimating people, and myself, Colin Stokes from United, some of the people have been around the conference for a while. We'll work together and make sure that we acclimate these people and bring them in slow and understand, kind of capture the essence of the conference that our mission and what we're all about.
It's going to be interesting to watch, especially as the fall unfolds and Cambria Heights is fully in, Portage is on the way. River Valley becomes an entity now within the Heritage Conference too, and so there's a lot of those sorts of transitions going on right now.
So it is, and it's exciting. It's also challenging. Like I said, ultimately, I think if you stay true to your mission, and that being, positive, enriching experiences for students in the areas of academics, athletics, and the arts, if we stay true to that mission and make our decisions based on what's for the betterment of kids and what is for the best interest of us collectively as a conference, as a group, we'll be fine. I'm sure there'll be change, and I've said it numerous times to you, and Dr. Korn taught it to me. The only person that likes change is a wet baby. Mm-hmm. And, like I said, it's an exciting time, though, because I'm really interested in getting some new ideas, some fresh ideas, different ways to look at it, and not only in our athletic programs, but also our academic programs and in the arts. So it's an exciting time, and I'm hoping they can learn from me, and I'm hoping that I can learn from them.
You have emphasized in the past that academic angle to the Heritage Conference itself and the other activities beyond the sports fields. And I'm sure that the new members, the new entities, are going to bring with them a very rich tradition in those fields as well.
Oh, it is. Like when we go and take on new members, we get an opportunity to usually visit with their central office administration and their school board, at least committees from the board at a minimum. And it's always nice to be able to not only talk about the athletic accomplishments of the Heritage, which I think are plentiful, but also, where else can a student who excels in, say, in STEM education and be a conference champion in robotics, where else can the kid who's your best math student be all conference math or conference chorus, conference band, conference artist? I mean, what I'm really proud of the Heritage Conference is it's just that overarching that we are a conference for all students, not just athletes, that we recognize the multiple gifts and talents of our students, and we encourage that and we support that by recognizing them for their efforts in those areas. So, and I think that's what makes, I think athletically we can stand on our own, but I think what makes our conference unique and what makes our conference a premier conference is those other opportunities that we are a conference for all students, regardless of their gifts and talents.
Wanted to ask you this as well from somebody in a supervisory capacity with athletics and in District 6 as well. Officials have always been a concern when you get seasons compressed together and when you have other issues going on. The roster of officials for the fall sports, has it come together pretty well?
For officials, you mean?
Yes.
Like referees?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been a challenge.
That's what I thought.
I know we were struggling. We almost had to move our homecoming game, but luckily we were able to secure an officiating crew for our varsity home football game. So, and we use the assigners from Tri-County chapter, and work a lot with Frank Garitano and the other assigners from the other official chapters and stuff, and they do a phenomenal job of making sure that we're taken care of. So, in that regard, yeah, I think there's people are out there that have an interest and would like. It's not difficult to become a certified official, and I'm sure that your local chapters would be willing to work with them.
Absolutely. I think ahead to basketball season and all of these young people, boys and girls who graduate from high school and are looking for an opportunity to maybe get some part-time money. That's a great job for them right there. There's a lot of opportunity out there for them.
There is. We actually offered a class in officiating too here at Homer. So. Oh
yeah, that's pretty smart.
We do, and so we're trying to start it this year, and trying to get a couple of kids that are seniors that are looking to do that. So
it's a good plan.
There's opportunities.
Good plan. All right, I know you got a busy morning here scheduled. Thank you for taking some time out of it to join us today.
Hey, thanks, Todd, and appreciate it. I'm sorry about some of the disruptions. I'm running a one-man show today, so I take the doors and everything else. So but I do appreciate it, and like I said, and I would just tell people out there that are interested in what we're doing is reopening and health and safety plans, just to follow us on our webpage. And know that if changes are out there, we'll do our best to make sure that we communicate them in a timely manner. And but otherwise, for Homer Center, I know high school-wise student schedules are posted, so I'd ask them to go take a look at those on the Sapphire portal as well.
Very good. Very good. Jody, thanks again.
Thanks, Todd. You have a good day.